Jai Hind. In today's lecture series, I will discuss Internet of Things subject, which is running in MCA second year. In this topic, I will discuss network and communication aspects in IoT, Internet of Things subject. For communication purpose, we can say that a thing always feature communications for team working. The role of communications providing a data link between two nodes. As we know that in Internet of Things, so many devices are connected or so many nodes are connected for communication. Communication type, we can use communication two types via wireline. In wireline, we can use copper wires, optical fibers cables. Via wireless, we can use radio frequencies. RF based communication is the most popular choice and also our focus. Popular radio frequency based communication solutions are IEEE 802.15.4, IEEE 802.11 or Wi-Fi. Next, Bluetooth. Next, near field communication technologies are usage radio frequencies technology. For networks, the role of networks in IoT, managing nodes like discovery the nodes, join the nodes or leave, etc. Relaying data packets from the sources to the destination node in the network. Network are distributed system, all nodes need to perform networking related tasks. Radio frequency based network in IoT is usually a wireless multi-hop network. Wireless sensor networks are used, mobile wireless or ad hoc networks are used, wireless mesh networks are used, vehicular ad hoc networks are used, and many others network system are used in IoT. Main concern reliability and performance. First, we can see that IoT communication. There are four types of IoT communication. First is human to machine communication. In this, human gives input to IoT device such as speech, text, image, etc. That means humans first interact with IoT devices for giving a command using speech, text or image, etc. IoT device machine like sensors and actuators then understand input, analyze it and responds back to human by means of text or visual display. This is very useful as these machines assist humans in every day tasks. It is combo of software and hardware that includes human interaction with the machine to perform a task. Example, facial recognition, biometric attendance system, speech or voice recognition. Next, machine to machine communication. In this, the interaction or communication takes place between the machine by automatic data programs. In this machine level, instructions are required for communication. Here communication takes place without human interaction. That means here no interaction of human for communication. The machine may be either connected through wires or by wireless connection. That means a machine will communicate to another machine using wire or a wireless connection. An M2M connection is a point-to-point connection between two network devices that helps in transmitting information using public networking technologies like Ethernet and cellular networks. IoT usage the basic concepts of M2M, machine to machine, and expands by creating large cloud networks of devices that communicate with one another through cloud networking platform. Cloud networking platform means there are so many services provided by the cloud like infrastructure as a services, platform as a services, and software as a services. Next, example of machine to machine, smart washing machines sends alerts to the owner's smart devices after completion of washing or drying a clothes. Next example, smart meters tracks amount of energy used in household or companies and automatically alert the owner. Next, machine to human communication. In this, machine interacts with humans. Machine triggers information, text, message, voice, signals. That means machine trigger information to human in form of text, message, voice, signals, irrespective of any human presence. This type of communication is most commonly used when machines guide humans in their daily life. It is a way of interaction in which humans co-work with smart system and other machine by using tools or devices to finish a task. Example: fire alarm, traffic light, fitness bands, health monitoring devices. Next is human to human communication. This is generally how humans communicate with each other to exchange information by speech, writing, drawing, facial expressions, body language, etc. Without human to human, machine to machine applications cannot produce the expected benefits unless humans can immediately fix issues, solve challenges and manage scenarios. For communication of IoT devices, many protocols are used. These IoT protocols are modes of communication which give security to the data being exchanged between IoT connected devices. Example: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and Zigbee. Now we will discuss wireless media access issues in Internet of Things. Wireless means communication and message transfer without the use of physical medium such as wires. Wireless means communication and message transfer between two nodes without the use of physical medium such as wires. Let us understand how communication is done between them. Different mobile stations MS are attached to transmitter, receiver, which communicate via a shared channel by other nodes. That means so many devices are connected through communication protocols and usage transmitter and receiver for signal transmission. In this type of communication, it makes it difficult for the MAC design rather than the wireline networks. When we will design wireless media access, there are some issues occur in IoT scenario. The very important issues which are observed are half duplex operation, time varying channel and burst channel errors. Now we will discuss one by one these issues in IoT. First, half duplex operation. As we know that in half duplex operation between sender and receiver, when communicate each other, that times only one transmit the message. Now we will see here definition of half duplex. In half duplex transmission means when the sender and receiver both are capable of sharing data but one at a time. That means only one at a time share a data to another. In wireless transmission, it is difficult to receive data when the transmitter is sending the data, because during transmission a large amount of or large fraction of signal energy is leaked while broadcasting. The magnitude of the transferred signal and received signal differs a lot, due to which collision detection is even not possible by the sender, as the intensity of the transferred signal is larger than the received one. Hence, this causes the problem of collision and the prime focus should be to minimize the collisions. Next, time varying channel. In time varying channel include the three mechanisms. The time varying channels include three mechanisms for radio signal propagations. They are reflection, diffraction and scattering. First, reflection. This occurs when a propagation wave carrying information intrudes on object that has very large dimensions than the wavelength of the wave. That means object has a very large dimensions in comparison of wavelength of the wave. Next, diffraction. This occurs when the radio path between the transmitter and receiver is collided by the surface with sharp edges. That means diffraction issues occur when transmitter and the receiver collided by the surface with sharp edges. This is a phenomenon which causes the diffraction of the wave from the targeted position. Next, scattering. This occurs when the medium through from the wave is traveling consists of some objects which have dimensions smaller than the wavelength of the wave. Next, while transmitting the signal by the node, these are time shifted and this called a multipath propagation. While when this node signal's intensity is dropped below a threshold value, then this termed as Fade as a result. Fade as a result, handshaking strategy is widely used so as a healthy communication can set up. Next, burst channel errors. Burst channel errors are called as contiguous sequence of symbols which are received in a communication channel in which the first and last symbol has an error and there is no evidence of contiguous subsequence of corrected received symbol. That means when communication occur, that time first and last symbols are errors. When time varying channels are used, then signal strengths are introduced due to which errors are observed in transmission. For these channels in wireline networks, the bit rate is high as 10 to 3. Next, we will discuss classes of routing protocols used in IoT. First, distance vector routing protocol. In these protocols select the best path on the basis of hop counts. That means in this protocol, it select the best path on the basis of hop counts to reach a destination network in a particular direction. Hop count is each router that occurs in between the source and the destination network. It occurs between source and destination network. The path with the last hop count will be chosen as the best path. Its features are updates of the network are exchanged periodically. Updates, routing information are always broadcast. Next, full routing tables are sent in updates. Routers always trust routing information received from neighbor's router. This is also known as routing on rumors. Next protocol, link state routing protocol. In these protocols know more about internetwork than any other distance vector routing protocol. These are also known as shortest path first protocol. OSPF is an example of link state routing protocol. Its features are hello message, also known as keep alive message, are used for neighbor discovery and recovery. In this feature, we first produce or send a hello message for neighbor discovery and neighbor recovery. This uses concept of triggered updates is used. Updates are triggered only when there is a topology change. Only that many updates are exchanged which is requested by the neighbor router. Next, link state routing protocol maintains 3 tables, namely the link state routing protocol maintain 3 routing tables, namely first neighbor table, the table which contains information about the neighbors of the router only, such as to which adjacency has been formed. Next, topology table. This table contains information about the whole topology, such as contains both best and backup routes to a particular advertised networks. Next, it maintains third type of table, routing table. This table contains all the best routes to the advertised network. These 3 tables are maintained by link state routing protocol. Next, advanced distance vector routing protocol. Advanced distance vector routing protocol, also known as hybrid routing protocol, which uses the concepts of both distance vector and link state routing protocol. That means it is a combination of distance vector protocol routing protocol and link state routing protocol. EIGRP acts as a link state routing protocol. In this advanced distance vector routing protocol, EIGRP routing protocol acts as a link state routing protocol as it uses the concepts of hello protocol for neighbor discovery and forming an adjacency. Also, partial updates are triggered when a change occurs. That means partial updates are triggered when any changes occurs in network. EIGRP acts as a distance vector routing protocol as it learned routes from directly connected neighbors. Next, routing protocols for IoT. There are so many routing protocols used in IoT. First is neighbor routing. In neighbor routing, it is the idea deployed in neighbor routing is flooding. Each node can overhear its neighbor within its range. The source node floats the network with route request packets called as beacons. Destination node responds with a route reply message to beacon and communication link is established between these nodes. Beacons is typically utilized for location tracking, discovering routes to destination and tracking neighbors through keep alive request. One of the most important factors that affects performance is the beacon interval. In the route discovery process, if the beacon interval is too small, the number of beacons generated becomes huge. On the other hand, a higher beacon interval incurs a lesser number of generated beacons. Popular routing protocols such as DSR, DSDB and AODB fall under this category. However, this flooding causes overhead in the network. Next, hierarchical routing. Nodes from cluster based on pooling. The cluster head is responsible for all communications on behalf of the members of the cluster. Group mobility can be achieved by the cluster head following some metric to devise the mobility patterns of the nodes in the cluster. That means nodes are scattered in cluster format. Leech LESCH is a common example where the cluster head is rotated among the members to facilitate load balancing, can be deployed for IoT environments. It uses load balancing concept for networks. Next, query based routing protocol. The underlying principle of query based routing is data disseminations within the network. A querying node can retrieve data from any node in the network. Common examples are spin and direct diffusion in data dissemination. Multipath routing. Next is multipath routing. Protocols employing multipath routing seeks to and use alternate paths towards every destinations. This distributes the cost of forwarding packets among more nodes, saving the energy of individual high frequented nodes. Next, probabilistic routing. In probabilistic routing, routing decision is based on the calculated probabilistic value. The routing decision is based on the calculated probabilistic value. A primitive method to compute these values by gossiping. It uses a primitive method for compute these values by gossiping technique. Data packets are flooded into the network. Data packets are flooded into the network like a rumor with a probability P. Unlike other flooding mechanism, these packets are forwarded only once and thereby the traffic overhead is reduced. A highly structured approach, it is a highly structured approach. Probabilistic routing protocol is the prior history of packet delivery and mobility pattern. Based on this, we can decide which node can form a route to the destination. Next, routing protocols for low power and lossy networks. RPL is based on IPv6 and is a link interdependent routing protocol which supports routing with minimal requirements by building a robust topology over lossy links. Next point of this RPL, this routing protocol achieves multi-point to point, point to multi-point and point to point communication for simple and complex traffic models. The core of RPL is represented by a destination oriented directed acyclic graph DODAG, which is a directed cyclic graph with a single route. Each node knows its parent but has no information about its related children. In this, each node know about his parents, but no information about their related children. RPL maintains at least one path. RPL routing protocol maintains one path for each node to the root along with preferred parent to pursue a faster path establishment to increase the performance. Next is MAC protocol, media access control protocol. MAC protocol is the first protocol layer above the physical layer in ad hoc. The primary task of any protocol is to control the access of the nodes to share medium. Classification of MAC protocols. The classification of MAC protocol is based on sender initiated and receiver initiated. It is also known as connection based. Next is reservation. Third is scheduling and other MAC protocol. In connection based, sender initiated protocol is receiver initiated protocol used. In sender initiated, single channel and multiple channels are used. In reservation technique, synchronous and asynchronous technique are used. Third is scheduling and other type of MAC protocols are used in IoT networks. Next topic is data aggregation. In data aggregation, it is a process of one or more sensors nodes and detects the information result from the other sensors nodes. The aim of the data aggregation is remove data redundancy and improve the energy lifetime in wireless sensor networks. In IoT, so many wireless sensor networks are connected for data collection. So many sensors collected the data, maybe some redundant data, duplicate data. These data, redundant data or duplicate data are removed, therefore reducing the number of data packets transmitted over the network because aggregation need less power or as compared to multiple packets sending having same data. We can say that when understand one scenario, when wireless sensor network connects so many data, maybe same type of data collected so several sensor networks. So duplicate data reduce then send to the network in packet form. Data aggregation approach, there are so many for some types of approaches is in data aggregation. First is cluster based approach. In cluster based approach is defined as the hierarchical approach in which whole network is separated into various clusters. In this whole network are grouped in various clusters. Each cluster has cluster heads and which each cluster choose from members. In each cluster, one is cluster head concept used. The main role of cluster head aggregate data received from cluster members locally and then transmit the result to base station. The cluster head can share information with the sink directly via long range transmissions or multi-hopping using other cluster heads. Next is tree based approach. In tree based approach is actually a defining aggregation concept which is used to make aggregation tree. This tree defines a minimum spanning tree in which sink node act as a root and source node act as a leaf. In this, sink node act as a root and source node act as a leaf. Data starts flowing from leaf node up to root node. In this, data starts from flowing leaf node to root node. The main disadvantage of this approach is data package loss at any level of tree which may cause failure whole network. That means any packet loss in any node, that time each in this whole network are failure. If any packet loss, then whole network will fail. Next is multipath approach. In multipath approach, this approach is used to overcome the drawbacks of tree based approach. It overcome the drawback of tree based approach. In tree based approach, we know that if any data packets loss, whole network's failure, then it overcomes by the multipath approach. Multipath approach remove this disadvantage. Accordingly to this approach, each and every node could send data packets. In this approach, every node have the capability of sending a packet one node to another node over multiple paths using multiple neighbors in aggregation tree. So, a data packet sends from source to destination using multiple path with the help of intermediate nodes. The example of this approach like ring topology. Overhead is the disadvantage of this approach. Overhead is the disadvantage of this approach. Next, hybrid approach. Hybrid approach means combination of all approach. The hybrid approach is the mixture of cluster based approach, multipath approach and tree based approach. This approach is mainly used for adaptively for optimal performance of their data aggregation. Next topic, data dissemination. As we know that data dissemination is the process in which sensors node is collecting the data and communicate to the base station or any other interested node. In data dissemination, any sensor node collect the data from deployed area and collect the data. After collecting data, it communicate to base station or any other interested node. The source node is generating the data and the information to be reported is known as event. Those nodes which are interested in event and seek information are known as sink. So, in this whole process, data are routed in sensor network. It is two steps process. In first step, interested nodes are broadcast to their neighbors node in the network, and the second step nodes after receiving the request node sends requesting data. Data dissemination approach like a data aggregation approach, we use here data dissemination approach. In data dissemination approach, first is flooding. If the destination node is not received the data packet or specified number of hops is not reached, then each node broadcasts the gathered data until the packet is reached to their destination node. In this technique, if the destination node is not received the data packet or specified number of hops is not reached, then each node broadcast the gathered data until the packet is reached to their destination node. The main advantage of flooding is not requires costly topology. It maintains our route discovery but face several approach problems like implosion, overlap and resource blindness. In this, the main advantage of flooding is not requires costly topology, maintain or route discovery, but it faces several problems like implosion, overlap and resource blindness. Next, gossiping technique approach is used. The gossiping is the version of flooding approach. In this approach, the packet is sent to single neighbor chosen from neighbor table randomly instead of broadcasting each packet to the entire neighbor. This process can take long time from completion. Gossiping avoids the problem faced in flooding approach like implosion. Next technique used in spin sensor protocol for information via negotiation. In this, the enhancement of the flooding protocols based on data centric routing. Flooding has mainly three problems like implosion, overlap and resources blindness. To overcome these problems, the spin family protocols use these ways. ADB required data are used. Thank you.